Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Nick Halaris Show. So, in your view, what needs to change in this framework of legal immigration? Obviously, we'll put the border to the side and we'll save that for another episode. So, on the legal side, what do you think needs to happen?
Yeah, so it's a complex system, as I'm sure the listeners have got a picture of. And if it was easy to solve, I think we would have done it by now. There is no one easy fix, but there are lots of things that we really need. So I think some things I would emphasize. Firstly, I mentioned these visa limits that have not been changed since 1990. We need to raise these limits. We need to ensure they're fit for our current economic needs, and these limits can change perhaps automatically based on certain economic indicators, but they can't just stay constant for 30 years or more. So I think we need to raise them, certainly quite substantially, and we need to rebalance away from this focus on family reunification to make it more in line, so to raise employment-based immigration to be more in line with the family-based immigration. I mentioned these green card backlogs, which exist partly because of these annual limits, but also because these agencies that process applications don't have enough resources. So we need to give them more funding so that they can process these visas to address growing backlogs. I also mentioned earlier that we need to make it easier for people to essentially go through this funnel from temporary status to permanent status. So students need to find it easier to get green cards, and we need more dual intent pathways that I mentioned earlier. We need more of these temporary visas to be dual intent so that more people can apply for green cards. And when it comes to international competitiveness, I also think a really interesting option is to make new visa categories that can attract very specific top talent. So one option is an entrepreneur visa, which would bring even more ambitious innovators in areas like AI into our country. So that's a lot of information, a lot of changes, and that's not the end of the list by any means. But uh, those are some changes that come to mind that I think would be really impactful. And what we really need is just to to have this conversation a bit more than we're having at the moment, so that legislators can consider these ideas and work together to make them happen.
Yeah, for sure. I love that list. A couple follow up questions on it.